Here we go, guys. We're doing it. The time has come. We're finally going to do it. The podcast squad is going to hack my dynasty team. It's going to be a pretty crazy show, pretty weird show. It's the first time doing it. And be honest, I was kind of scared to do it. And it's like, let's just go for it. And if we don't like it, we can always adjust because I want to keep this going. We did hack my lineup a while ago on the main channel. It was a great success. And now we're going to branch out onto the second channel and do hack my dynasty. So the squad is going to hack both of my dynasty teams. One's a rebuild team and one's a pretty good team. And then this will hopefully spark enough interest to where you guys submit your dynasty squads, and then we do the same for you guys. And it's going to be a quality over quantity thing. You know, people that are just really interested, really want to see like, hey, should I trade away my future? Should I do this? What should I do in the draft? Because dynasty leagues are really complicated and can go several ways. So we're going to be doing that. We're going to be picking apart my dynasty rookie rankings a little bit before I finalize that. And then at the end, I'm going to bring in some members of the league that I'm in, and we're going to do a draft lottery just for fun. So we're going to have a fun podcast. What are you guys' thoughts? I got Sushane and Mike. We're going to be kicking off this Empire League that we're in.
I was just gonna say that used to be like a person that was scared of dynasty leagues. I always thought like it was a really big commitment to join. I was always like team redraft. But then when I actually joined a dynasty league, I actually enjoyed it a lot. It makes you feel more like you're an actual like GM, like building a team because you can see it, grow over time. And then also like each trade that you do has like long lasting consequences that in redraft, you can just start over. So I think the experience is worthwhile for people that, haven't tried it yet.
I'd say be in at least one dynasty league. It's a good to
Yeah,
try
to go
it.
off
Start
of that,
slow.
definitely. Yeah, start slow. But to go off of that, I'm definitely more of a dynasty player myself over redraft. And one of the big reasons why that is because in the dynasty, you can kind of like, like Mike was alluding to, kind of build a team, but you have like a vision for like a future as well, where like you can kind of plan out several years in advance what you want your team to look like, especially if you're rebuilding. If you're kind of winning now, it's more like a redraft, right? Where you just want to get the McCaffreys and the Saquons and all those guys. But Dynasty gives you that opportunity to kind of go into the rookie draft a couple years out, get into those college guys and really kind of have a vision of the future of how you want to build a team and how you want to win this league.
I'm gonna reiterate this as far as I think 100%, really close to 100% of people would love Dynasty. The number one most important thing is the group of guys that are in your league.
Yeah.
I just seen a TikTok 2 days ago that a buddy of mine posted where there was a scammer and he would go and take on orphan teams in leagues that he was already in. So he would have 2 sleeper accounts and then he would take an orphan team. So essentially he'd be managing 2 teams in the same league in set like 50 leagues. And then he would trade his entire future. He would rebuild one team while winning now for the other team. And, it's just like that's an extreme weird case. I mean, that if I was in a league like that, I'd probably like laugh just because it's like such a like anomaly, like, oh wow, that just like it's a story to tell your friends, like, oh, I'm gonna tell the boys what happened. Like, but
right.
There's bad characters like that, and then there's just people that are just really annoying or just kind of ruin the league in several different ways. I know we've all encountered. I don't need to get into that, but if you have a great group of guys where it's super competitive, everyone's joking around, there's lots of trades, and there's a good amount of trust, it's super fun. It's just you just want to be in that league. And yeah, money makes a difference, but not so much. Like you can have a $10 league that's great. You could have $1,000 buy-in league, a bunch of doctors and lawyers. That's great. And on occasion, you can have a free dynasty league. That's great too. So it's all about the group of guys you're with. And I must say, this Couch Empire League is stupid fun. I mean, I clearly have the worst team. I don't know. Maybe you're maybe I'm in competition with you this
Yeah, I think
year
one of
for
us
that.
do have the worst team right now.
But last year I definitely had the worst, and it's still like one of my most fun leagues. Like it's so much fun. So I guess that was a little intro for those that are still new to Dynasty, which is not many. It's vastly popular. Pretty much everyone's playing Dynasty, but I know we probably got a couple viewers and listeners that are like, should I do Dynasty? I think we have to. I mean, this is a big donation for this channel, so I think we have to read it. I haven't read it yet. $4.99 donation from
Wow.
Dak. Thank you. Go get a taco and a spritzer
spritzer.
couch. Welcome back.
Welcome back, baby.
Well, I mean, he knows I like that type of stuff. Not really the spritzer thing, but I mean, that's that's kind of my type of drink, But yeah, I like
Zima.
that. He kind of knows me. Yeah, something like that. Like that would be my type of thing. Definitely the taco. I do love tacos. All right, so I kind of don't know what's going on. I'm on the other end of this hacking situation. So Sushane, tell me what to do so we can start off this couch.
Yeah,
Empire
sure.
League. Or even if you want to
So-
set up the league for those that don't know, I'll just let you do it.
Yeah, okay, definitely. So let's first set up the league, kind of go through the settings, go through the roster, and what the roster requirements are, because that's pretty much where anyone should start. Like if you have your own Dynasty team, you're looking at the first place you should start is, okay, what are my settings? And then what are my roster settings? So in this one, in the Empire League, we have what? Superflex, correct?
Yes.
Tight end premium.
It's not tight end premium.
Not tight end premium.
It is not
so
tight end
super
premium.
flex, not tight end premium. 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, and a defense. Okay. And then I don't think there's any other funky settings like
just
PPR. Just standard everything.
3
else
wide receiver and a flex.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, and a flex, right? And a flex. Yeah. Got it. So super flex, a flex. So in total you should have, I believe that's 11 starters. 10 starters. 10 starters in total, including your defense.
Mm-hmm.
So make it 9 players if you want to call it.
And we have a taxi squad that we start off with 5, I think, and then we knock it down to 3. We cut it down to 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
At some point during the season, right. So now the idea is
6 points per passing touchdown.
6 points per passing touchdown. Okay, so there is one slight, I guess, difference. Basically, rushing quarterbacks are as good as passing quarterbacks, pretty much. So that's good to know. The next thing you do after you look at the settings and what the roster requirements are, now you go through your roster and you see who you got, right? And the way you can kind of scroll down so the viewers can look at it. But the way I would explain this roster to you is you have one good quarterback all the way at the bottom. You'll see it later on. Trey Lance. You have one good receiver, CeeDee Lamb, like a really good receiver, CeeDee Lamb.
One elite wide receiver.
Elite wide receiver. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. And then you have maybe an up-and-coming elite or like rising talent elite tight end in Pat Freiermuth. So those are kind of your 3, in my opinion, your main guys where you're kind of going to build around those 3. Trey Lance, CeeDee Lamb, and Pat Freiermuth.
What about Elijah Mitchell?
So you had that. Let's get to Elijah Mitchell, right? So you have a
thanks for ruining it, Mike.
Right.
Put a halt to this.
Right. You have a bunch of other guys who are, I mean, they definitely hold value in fantasy, in Dynasty fantasy football. You can definitely trade them today and get some value. So they're definitely worth something. But there's a lot of question marks, right? So Elijah Mitchell, a lot of question marks with Tyrion Davis-Price. I mean, he was a 6th round pick, so longevity might not be, the same as someone who was, say, drafted with the 1st rounder or a 2nd round pick. And then after that, in terms of the running back position, that's really the only value running back you kind of have on the roster. The rest of the guys are like Jared Patterson and
I'm still a little higher on Elijah Mitchell than most, but we can safely say I don't have any running backs. Just
right.
Generalize.
So, I mean, that's a clear sign that you're in rebuild. You should have the running backs last. But again, Elijah Mitchell, I'm curious to see what you'd be able to get for him in a trade, but I'm not totally sold on him being a part of this rebuild as like a cornerstone piece or as like a I'm not very confident that he can be a top 12, top 24 player every year for you. Not as confident as maybe I would be for, guys like Najee Harris, Javonte Williams, DeAndre Swift, guys like those, right? Obviously, those are elite talents at the position, but, point is Elijah Mitchell might not be a lock or a safe bet to kind of check or cross off your running back position when you're rebuilding. So, because of that, I do think you need to make a couple trades. You also do have some picks. Actually, we should probably talk about your picks first, because this is pretty much the main part of your roster.
We actually need one main part. So this
Yeah.
segment, essentially, we kind of procrastinated doing this for a couple of reasons, not just because we're procrastinating, but we wanted to do it like during peak time. So this segment basically already started a few weeks ago. So I just hit Twitter. I hit Twitter sphere, and I traded away my first overall pick, which was just an amazing move. So you gave me some tips on what you think I should have done, and at first I didn't like it. I was like, this is stupid, this is crazy. And then just after thinking about it for just a little bit, I was like, this is really smart. So you're telling me to trade away my first overall pick for a guy like DK maybe, or CD, or a top-notch dynasty wide
talent.
Receiver.
Yeah.
And I luckily got it. Just straight up trade, first overall pick for CeeDee Lamb, which was great. So one thing that I think is going to be a trend in almost every dynasty league, whether it's in that high stakes league that me and you co-manage, $250 buy-in, that's a high price for most people, or a $10 league. I think this trend is very prominent, and it's what do you call it? Rookie fever. So once you start getting close to the draft, people start to get excited. Ooh, the NFL draft's coming up. Ooh, there's these rookies. No matter what, right? Even the worst draft class, there's often a lot of people that are really hyped about the rookies. And so I took advantage of that. To me, the first overall pick or the 8th overall pick or the 5th, like, it didn't matter that much as long as I was rebuilding. And so, I mean, I'm right there at the 1.03, and we don't want Breece Hall. We don't want
you don't want a running back just yet.
So, and I mean, let's just let out in the open. There's some rumors that some quarterbacks might be going top 8, top 10 year quarterbacks.
Oh,
yeah, so maybe even earlier. So it's like, why would I don't need the first overall pick. I went and got CeeDee Lamb, and I lucked out again, which I think the draft kind of helped out. They did draft a wide receiver, but didn't spend a lot of draft capital on him, right? Tolbert, where did he go? Round 3 or round 4?
Yeah, I think he was a round 4 receiver, Jalen Tolbert.
Jalen Tolbert went late round 3. So
round 3. Okay.
They didn't go get one of the top 6, top 8 wide receivers. And so that really helped out CeeDee Lamb, luckily. So we did that. And then before you guys make fun of me on this one, so I know people love to pounce to make fun of me. You're not allowed to make fun of me yet. Let me explain. Then I made another small trade. What's the fastest way to bring up the trades?
Oh, just click on the guy's name.
I don't have. Oh, the guy's right? No, the second trade I made
for the
receiver, there like transactions in the league.
Yeah, just click on his name, and you should be.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't even know that. Wow.
And then go to all the way, go down a little bit, scroll down on the game log, scroll down.
Oh, shoot. I never did this.
There you go.
Never was learning new things. Oh, my God. So, yes, cool. I traded for Jerry Jeudy before he got arrested. Don't make fun of me yet. Remember the rules. No making fun of me yet. You got to hear me out.
You're rebuilding. It's fine.
Rebuilding. So, I traded. That's though. I traded for Jerry Jeudy. What did I trade? A 2022 second rounder and a late 2022 first rounder. I think that's 10th overall.
I think that was 10. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I got a first back. Did I get a set? What did I? Something like that. I got a 7th. I don't know what these were, but I traded a first and a second, and I got back a first and Judy. Wow, I'm reading this. That's sexy. I did
That
that.
is sexy.
I
That is
honestly
very
forgot I
sexy,
did that.
actually. Yeah.
Wow, that's great. Okay, so this is before Judy got arrested, and then after he did. Nobody would understand this, but it's like, why is this good for me? Because I'm tanking. If he gets suspended this year, as long as he gets back on track, right? If it's like, if he just like keeps messing up his whole life, then yeah, this is
Well,
terrible.
yeah, then it's a problem.
If he gets suspended this year and he's right back on track, like ready to go, because suspension, you'd probably be able to practice with Russell Wilson during the offseason, go in there, just going to be 6 weeks away or whatever it is, 4 weeks away, whatever, from practicing with Russell Wilson, playing games. That's going to help me even more because I'm tanking for that number 1 overall pick. Our league goes by total possible points. So it doesn't matter who you start or anything. It just automatic. It's kind of like a best ball system where it puts the best players in and sees how could you have finished if you weren't a stupid GM, if you made all the best decisions, how could you have finished? And the player, the guy who finishes with the worst amount of points, which was me last year, gets the first overall pick. Anyway, worst team gets the number 1 overall pick in this league. And so if Jerry Jeudy gets suspended, this will actually help me because I'm tanking 1 more year. And so that's why you can't make fun of me
for next year.
It's all about the long game.
For me,
right?
For some people, it's all it's a win now mode. But for me, I'm trying to compete in 2023. I'm not trying to compete this year. But that's why you cannot make fun of me for trading for Jerry Jeudy.
One dynamic that I found interesting last season when Scout won is that leading up to the championship game, he was able, like, both teams basically like made trades in that last week to like upgrade their team just for the final game to increase their chances of winning the final game.
Yeah,
which is like pretty. I've never seen that before.
It's kind of like drag racing where they put all the energy into the engine and car. They know it's gonna blow after the race.
Yeah.
Like, let's go.
I didn't foresee that happening, but it was interesting dynamic.
Like, give me Aaron Rodgers, give me Matthew Stafford, like just anybody.
Because of that, I was able to trade Antonio Brown for DeAndre Hopkins. Somehow
that does not make sense. That's not. Oh my goodness. that was
before before he did what he did. But
but that's what
crazy. Happened.
Wow,
right? I was like, is this normal? But that's the type of things you can do in Dynasty because people are desperate at that.
Okay, so this makes sense. I did have the first overall pick and second, so the AMO remembers. This is great. So I did trade the second overall pick. I got back the 7th and Judy, and the two that doesn't even matter. 2.08 in this equation doesn't even matter. Just makes it seem like a better, like Gene was getting better value. So I think both sides are pretty happy now that Judy got arrested, to be honest.
It's a win-win.
Yeah, it's a win-win. All right, back to the hacking, my Dynasty.
Back to the hacking. So when you're looking at, let's just go year to year, 2022 first. Figure out what you're going to do, 2023, look at the picks, etc., right? So in 2022, you just got 2 picks. You got 2 good picks, the 103 and the 107. So you alluded earlier, we don't want Breece Hall, obviously, because we're wanting to tank 1 more year, and we have the 2023 ammo. We'll get to that in a second, to get running backs to kind of reload the team to be competitive. So what you want is, and more than likely, Breece Hall will be going at the 101 or 102 we would expect. So what you really want is one of these wide receivers, because that's the strength of the class. And wide receivers last the longest in Dynasty, and getting a young wide receiver on your team, good idea, especially when you're in the earlier or middle stages of a rebuild. So let's assume Breece Hall goes 1, and then the top wide receiver goes 2. You'll probably have your pick between one of Treylon Burks, Drake London. Those are really my only 2 guys that I would consider. Maybe some people were into Garrett Wilson, but for me, it's between J-Mo. Actually, I'm wearing
a Lions jersey for a reason here.
Yeah,
on this show.
You gotta go J-Mo.
So And see, here's my take. So I'm ranking these, and this is going to be the next segment, but we can talk about it now. I mean, I mean, I Trey Burks is probably my number one
Yeah,
wide
same.
receiver, but like,
Mhm.
I mean, like, I'm a big fan of Drake London. I don't love his landing spot. I just don't have good vibes with the Falcons, but I don't hate Drake London, and I think Garrett Wilson is like one of the best rookies this year. Like, he's just amazing. He's an amazing talent. Don't love his landing spot either, but he's a great talent. Kenneth Walker, not for my team, but I like him a lot. I think he can blow up in 2023, like really, really take a huge leap forward. I think Jamison Williams is the best pick for me as far as a rebuild. And then I mean, I wouldn't hate getting Treylon Burks either. So like between all those guys I listed, I'm really not picky. And I do have someone slid in my DMs and they're talking about moving up to take my spot, and I moved down to 1.05. And they listened to the podcast. So I was like, look, if you tell me who you're gonna take, I'd be more inclined to accept that offer. But I don't. I mean, what's the worst case that happens if I move back?
What I would suggest is this. So you got an offer to move down from 103 to
He
105?
he wants to see what's the first pick, I think, and then he would probably. It's sounding like he really wants it, so it's a draft day type of trade. He probably
Sure,
wants to see
yeah.
who goes the first overall, and then he'd offer me the trade, and I'd
If it's a
obviously get
good
something in
deal for
return.
you, like if so whatever, obviously you must be getting something else on top of the later pick to move down. If that asset is worth it for you in your opinion, I would most definitely do that deal, especially if you're wanting Jamison Williams, because I think you'll be able to get Jamison Williams at the 105. I think
The
you'll
only thing
be able to.
that sucks, I won't be able to get Traylon Burks, huh?
So if Treylon Burks is gone at the 102, I think that's when you click accept. Because he's going to send it to you, you said, assuming everything goes to his plan at the 101, that's when he's going to send it to you. You can wait for the 102 to go. If it's not Treylon Burks, you hold. You say no to the trade. You draft Burks. If Treylon is gone, then again, maybe you assess that deal and you say, is that piece I'm getting on top of the 105, is it worthwhile, or is it just junk? If it's junk, then probably,
Stupid glitch, bro. It's this guy. Okay, we got it.
Yeah.
It's him. I mean, it's obvious, right? None of that I said the 1.05. That's
Sure.
Canadian Mike. So this is his team.
I'm just intrigued on I don't want you to tell me, obviously, because it's a draft day trade. You guys should keep it private.
Well, he's probably not. He's probably the only guy who doesn't listen to the podcast. Most of the other league mates are more inclined to listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
It's just one of the things when you're a content creator. It's like this league's fully transferred. You guys, everyone in here is in the league.
Yeah.
A bunch of people commenting's in the league. Mike's in the league. You're in the league. It's just
Amar
one
in
of
there.
the things we got to do. It's like, it's not like it is counterintuitive because we're competing, but it's like, this is what, this is good content though. This is real life. You get to actually see my league, like what I'm doing, the dumb stuff I do, the good stuff I do. Is there redemption? So
Right.
This is his picks. And dang, like he's got a lot of 2022. So he'll probably be wanting giving me one of those. Oh my God.
Why did he punt on 2023? He basically
That's what I would want. I want like a third rounder 2023.
Yeah.
I think I'd be all over that.
That's weird. He went heavy into 2022.
Well, I'm looking at it. He went heavy into depth of 2022.
Yeah, this is
got
two-thirds,
fifth rounder means nothing.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, really,
it's just
that's
a waste of roster space.
Hey, right.
He's gonna have roster space problems. He knows that. I think he's figured that out. Look at that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's probably gonna have to cut like 6 players.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
That's crazy. Ugh.
Just this year, yeah. It's 6 players with the full taxi squad.
Yeah, he's clearly competing for the now. It looks like.
Yeah. That's
Let's
what
see
that
his
says.
team. He's got Josh Allen. I think that just that alone, Justin Jefferson, yeah.
Yeah, he's
Joe
got Elijah
Mixon,
Moore, Kittle. Yeah, he's got some guys.
James Conner. This looks like a
Rodgers.
great. I wouldn't even look at his bench. Decent bench with Carr on the bench.
Ooh.
Rodgers, yeah. Yeah. He's got a great squad. So he's going for it now. I don't know, man. I mean, why would I trade down though? That's the thing, is like I guess it doesn't matter, but I do want a Treylon Burks or Jamison Williams. And it's
Yeah, so
like,
that's what I'm saying. If Treylon Burks is available at the 103, I think you just don't trade down, you take him.
but I want Jamison Williams as well.
So that's what I'm saying. I really think he'll fall to you at 105.
But what if he doesn't? You think I'll
Are
be
you
okay?
not okay with Garrett Wilson instead or Drake London instead?
I think they're really good. Yeah, I think it's just me personally. I'm just infatuated with these two. But as you can see, I got the tier ranking, and yeah, I mean Drake London, Garrett Wilson, not that bad.
So that's the fallback plan. You would get Garrett Wilson plus whoever for Jameson Williams. And if they're in the same tier for you, any plus is really probably worthwhile, unless it's like terribly, like a roster space clogger or whatever. But
just depends. So what's a trade that I should accept? Just throw something out. Like what would I? Because you can't like give me a 4th rounder. I just wouldn't care.
Yeah, no. That is a good question actually, because usually what I would do in this type of situation to move up 2 picks is I would look at the running backs that you have and I would try to offer you a handcuff. So like if you had McCaffrey, maybe I'd try to go Hubbard or something. If you had Zeke, I would go Pollard or something. But the thing is, you don't have
any player, period. Because I already traded for some players. I would just want to pick. And so what about a 2020? Oh, no, 2020.
What you could do is move down from the 103 to the 105 and then maybe upgrade a player slightly. Maybe you want to upgrade Chase Claypool to someone slightly better, or maybe upgrade Marquise Brown or Jerry Jeudy to someone slightly better.
He doesn't have anybody. He's not going to give me Jefferson. So
what about Elijah Moore? I feel like that's a good one.
Elijah Moore is probably too much of a move up from Claypool, I think. Yeah. I mean, if you can get that done, yeah, but by all means, that'd be a nice. But it really
needs to make room for all these picks, anyways.
Yeah, that's true. He needs to make room. But I think there's, your 103 is more straightforward than anything else. Probably just pick the guy you want. Maybe decide on this trade offer, because I guess that's kind of spice things up a little bit. And just just go from there. But at the 107, I think that's definitely a spot where you want to trade for sure. Your next pick, 107. And I have a few suggestions. I know I texted you one earlier, but I have a few more. We can go through them. Tell me if you like them, what your thoughts are. Mike, you as well. So the first one would be the main idea of why you want to do this is you have Trey Lance as your quarterback, and that's really it. Sam Darnold, Jimmy Garoppolo, Gardner Minshew, not the most inspiring names. Maybe Darnold is the starter for the entire year, holds the gig. Maybe not. It's tough. Nice. I think Mike just got a trade done.
Sick.
Didn't think I would notice that, huh? It's funny.
Yeah.
But anyway, so what you want to do is, I think, because it's super flex, rebuilding, try to get a quarterback if you can. If you can somehow convert this 107 plus a player and get like a really good young quarterback, that'd be, I think, a stellar move for you. So one move that I have in mind is if you trade the 107 and you have Marquise Brown. Marquise Brown is one of your receivers on the team. Behind CeeDee Lamb, you have Chase Claypool, Marquise Brown, and Jeudy, right? Those are your 4 kind of main receivers that hold value. So if you can trade Marquise Brown and the 107, I think you might be able to get Deshaun Watson.
Oh, okay. I don't know
And
why I totally we just texted about this.
yeah,
I
we
have
just we
no
just texted
idea
about
what
this,
you're
but
talking about.
I
So
just wanted
now
to
I'm not.
say it
Oh
on the
yeah, we just
podcast, right?
texted.
Yeah.
Yes, I can go
And I
get
think
a
that's a
stud
really good
quarterback.
move. Like, think
Yeah.
about this, right? Let's assume Judy gets suspended. Let's assume Watson gets suspended. Let's assume you pick Jameson Williams, who's not going to play or is expected to not play in the beginning, early parts of the season. Those are three guys right there who are really good studs a year from now, but who work perfectly towards a tanking for this season and kind of getting ready to go for a 2023-2024 run.
Yes.
That's probably at the top of my list. Now, Marquise Brown is valued today a little bit higher than Chase Claypool. So let's say the guy who has Deshaun Watson, he says no to this deal. Very possible that a guy says no to the offer. Maybe you want to go 107 and Chase Claypool, and instead of Deshaun Watson, maybe get a guy like, oof, all right.
Looks
Thank you,
like our
Aaron.
trade has been declined.
All right, well, maybe we can try this one then.
Deshaun Watson owner says he's declining a 1.07 in Hollywood, which it's not a
Well, how close
surprise,
is
may
that
I
offer, though?
say.
Is that offer close, or is that offer just
I think
not
that was
even
a crap
considered?
offer, to be honest. That we there's no way I could see anyone with the right mind accepting it.
Nice
All right,
try.
well, I mean, the
Yeah.
107 has some value here. You know, that's the thing.
Oh no, it does. No, it does.
Right.
It's just that it's also hard to get a young elite quarterback.
That
Yeah.
is true. That is true. Well,
Facts.
maybe you may have to offer a little bit more. But what I was thinking is then maybe instead of, if you don't want to go with Deshaun Watson, go with someone a little cheaper, probably a little less. So maybe who's the tier below that? Probably Trevor Lawrence. That could be another target. Young quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit more risk, but I mean, if there's any prospect or future, kind of young rookie / for first year player, second year player that you're gonna kind of put your money on, this is
Don't you kind of wish
that guy.
another franchise drafted Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah,
can
but I
have
still
some
think he can
hope.
turn it around and be successful because he's
Can the
that.
Jaguars
just
turn
that
it
good.
around and be successful though? Are the
Doug
Jaguars
Peterson?
a terrible franchise?
Yeah, that Christian Kirk move is head scratching.
It's a question.
Right?
It's a question because if they are a terrible franchise who screws up everything, then they're probably going to screw up Trevor Lawrence, like they screwed up every other quarterback they drafted.
I mean, that's definitely honestly, that's one way where you can kind of go approach the Trevor Lawrence owner and say all of those things. I mean, none of those things that you just said are factually incorrect. Those are all true. Those are all valid reasons to be concerned. But I'm more on the let me buy Trevor Lawrence side of the argument and let me sell him away still. I could be proven wrong maybe in like a year or two. Lawrence is no
That's
good.
another thing that even though that's a very fair trade, the guy who just acquired Trevor Lawrence like a few months ago is probably going to be attached to him. Is it Superflex Dynasty? We've seen that.
Oh,
I like your
Lawrence, really?
That it's
I didn't know that. Dang.
Yes, so I think that was what Mike was talking about. I think that was a Scout deal. I think it was Trevor Lawrence for Matthew Stafford, something like that.
Oh, I see.
When now and then Scout won, it helped him, and he actually won. So, this guy's saying I have to trade all my picks in Hollywood to get Deshaun Watson.
1317 in Hollywood.
That's actually fair trade, but I'm not doing that.
That's a little too high for me.
I'm gonna risk
honestly.
it. I got a ton of picks. I'm gonna be drafting a quarterback next year probably, and
so just to be clear, though, if Scout wins this year again, the league resets. That's what he was saying. That's true.
Yes,
That's
an
correct,
Empire League means if you repeat back to back, the league resets.
Wow, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean, what's that gonna hurt me? I get to draft again. What's the big
Another
deal for me?
idea, if the quarterback market is not going to work, which, I mean, I don't blame you guys for holding your quarterbacks. That's fine. You could try to upgrade a receiver. Chase Claypool and the 107. Go get a guy like maybe AJ Brown.
No,
DK
I'm
Metcalf,
not doing
maybe.
that. I don't like AJ
You don't
Brown.
like
He's
AJ Brown. You don't like.
overrated.
What
Yeah,
about
that's
what about
another
DK
show.
Metcalf? No, DK Metcalf.
The Metcalf owner is not budging right now, but
Well,
we can loop back to that.
on draft day when you're on the clock, maybe just send it to him. See what's up.
Okay, that's fine. Let's move.
107
Let's keep it
Claypool.
moving though. I get what you mean. I can trade away the 1.07.
Right.
Let's keep it
Mhm.
moving. Should we bring up the board or are we gonna look at 2023?
I think that's pretty much it because that's your last 2022 pick, so we can kind of move on to the next thing here, right? So you're gonna draft a receiver at the 103, hopefully, probably, and then hopefully you can trade your 107 away for another receiver or a quarterback, hopefully. So your roster needs after this year are going to be still running backs. You need 2 of them at least.
I can just
need
draft a
quarterbacks.
wide receiver though. That's not that bad. It's pretty much guaranteed one of my guys is gonna be here. or
Yeah, I'm
close
just saying
to
if
it.
they're not. Yeah. If they're not,
I mean, someone's gonna draft a quarterback probably. So
you never know, man. I'm expecting no quarterbacks.
someone's gonna
just like
draft.
what I'm
Someone's gonna
preparing
draft a
for.
quarterback.
This
Someone's
is what
gonna
I'm
draft.
preparing for, you know? Like prepare for the worst possible
I am
situation
prepared for
you,
the worst, but it's
which
just
is, you know,
I got
what-
6 guys I like. I know, so that would be it. You know, this guy gets sniped. I mean, I can still get a Christian Watson or Sky Moore or Chris Olave.
yeah, you could do that.
I
I
mean,
mean,
it's not that
I'm not opposed for that
it's
idea.
not that bad. Like it's a league where you want to start 4 wide receivers. So I don't think like unless I get a good trade,
Yeah.
I don't think I need to do that. Yeah, if the guy would want to trade me Deshaun Watson or Lamar or someone dope, yeah, I do that, but it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, I hear you. What I would say, and just to wrap up this part of it, I mean, you have Marquise Brown, Chase Claypool, Dallas Goedert, Elijah Mitchell. Those are probably your 4 guys who I would try to trade away. And if you could trade away the 107 with one of them, and you could package maybe 2 of those players together to get another better player, I think that would be a good move.
I got you.
That, right?
Quality for the future, proven guys. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So in 2023, then you're going to need these running backs. You might need a receiver, and you're definitely going to need another quarterback. And fortunately, those are all available. 2023 is kind of, Mike, it's kind of like whatever you need on your roster, you can get, right? Like if I need a running back, I'll find one in 2023. If I need a tight end, I'll probably find one in 2023. If I need whatever, I'll probably find one there. So
guys,
you
look
have
at these picks.
Yeah, let's
look at these picks. I got
picks.
I'm just gonna list off my 2023 picks. I got 3 firsts.
Wow.
3 seconds.
Ooh.
2 thirds, and 2 4th rounders.
And the firsts and the seconds, by the way, are the exact same. It's the same people.
And the two most suckiest teams in the league.
Right. It is looking like you have 2 guaranteed top 3 picks in 2023, which is
wow.
I mean, yeah. Wow, right?
I can draft a quarterback and running back and compete.
First for Dobbins all those days ago. But that's what happened.
Oh,
and now
man.
you have it. So, well, fortunately for you, the picks that you have kind of fit for what you need. So let's assume you cannot trade out of any of these picks. Obviously, like you said before, rookie fever is a thing. If you could get CeeDee Lamb for essentially Breece Hall, I'm very curious as to what you'll be able to get for the 101 when the time comes. I assume it's going to be a lot. We'll see.
I gotta make my pick, but yes, it's gonna be hype. It's gonna be more.
It's gonna be very
hype. It should be the most hypest ever, because that is the sexiest draft class in a while. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty hype. And man, Joe Burrow just came out a couple years ago, and it was just so unhyped for how good he is now. But this one's gonna have the hype and probably deliver as well.
Who are the top 3 quarterbacks in the 2023 class? CJ Stroud.
Isn't there 2 elite ones?
Yeah, so let's actually go over, instead of the top 3 quarterbacks, Mike, let's go over the top 3 picks, right? Because that's Couch is going to have 2 out of these top 3 picks, most likely. There's a third team in this league who I think is also pretty bad. He might be in that top 3 situation. But there's 3 guys that you're going to consider here. The first one, running back, Bijan Robinson. We've talked about him a couple times before. For those who don't know, Bijan Robinson's probably the best running back we've seen come out of college in quite a while. He draws comparisons to one player only. That's Saquon Barkley, who, if you guys remember him coming out of the draft, what they were saying, he was the quote-unquote perfect running back prospect. So that's basically Bijan Robinson. He's going to be hyped up a lot. I don't really see a path where he falls off from the 101 unless he has like some ridiculous severe injury in this upcoming college season. But
which could happen.
He's going to be a really good
Let's
player.
not. Come on, guys. Let's not. No.
I'm just saying it could
injury
happen.
crap.
It could be
moving.
It could be, but I don't know.
No.
And then for the other 2 picks, it's going to be quarterbacks, right? There's 2 of them. One of them is Bryce Young. He's the Heisman winner.
Oh,
Alabama.
Yeah, Bryce Young. And CJ
Other one
Stroud,
is CJ
right?
Stroud, Ohio State. Real quickly, I'll give you like a 1-sentence kind of snapshot about each one. I'm not going to go over the good with them because they're both very good. That's why you're going to consider them with a top 3 pick. I'm just going to tell you what the concerns are. For CJ Stroud, the concern is he started out really bad, like absolutely trash. He matured, got better, progressed week to week, game to game, kind of looked like a stud by the end of the season. Can he continue that, or has he kind of maxed out his improvement? I guess that's really the only thing there. And then we just want to see continuous progression of getting better next season. Bryce Young, amazing, Heisman winner last year, which is insane because he wasn't, coming out ready for the draft or anything like that. He has a chance to win another Heisman. He could do that. It's very possible. Only concern with him, he kind of diminishes in his play in big games. Not a big game player. I want to see what he does. He can definitely prove me wrong still. There's still opportunities because Alabama's a good team. They're going to win a lot of games next year. They're in the SEC, good competition, so there's going to be a lot of good, big regular season games. And like I said, they're going to be a good team, so they're probably going to be in the playoff, important games there. So there's opportunities for him to change my mind on that. But today I'm going to say he's not a great big game player, and that's really your top 3. Your 2 quarterbacks.
What about Will Levis from Kentucky?
Or, so there's
Tyler
2 more
Van Dyke
guys. Will Levis, he's got a lot of traits. Anthony Richardson, he's kind of like a Malik Willis, but like not a project Malik Willis, like a Malik Willis, like if he was ready out of the box type of thing. It's a significant drop in talent, in my opinion, from the top 2 guys and Will Levis, Anthony Richardson. Again, this is super flex. It's not like the 2022 class where I'm going to say.
I was going to say also the Miami quarterback, Van Dyke.
Yeah, the Miami quarterback. What's his name? I can't remember off the top of my head. Brain freeze.
Tyler Van Dyke.
Oh yeah, Tyler Van Dyke. Right. Those 3 guys. It's not like the 2022 class where these guys are going to get drafted like super late, round 3, and then in your fantasy drafts they're kind of just complete busts and just like, second round super flex, third round super flex picks. It's a better class. Because the talent level at the other positions is so good, and we're going to get into that in just a second, I don't think you want to take any quarterback besides these top 2 in the first round. Maybe like late first round if you really need one and there's like a guy who's falling, good landing spot, top 10 draft capital or whatever, sure. But there's behind Bijan Robinson, there's a lot of running backs. There's Jahmyr Gibbs, who people are saying is, just a hair in terms of like if you're going to put them in tiers, they're just a hair below Bijan Robinson. So he's very good. Then you have a couple more guys like Zachary Evans and Tank Bigsby, both of whom are touted more highly than Javonte Williams. And Javonte Williams right now, it's like a top 5, top 3, maybe in some people's minds, running back in all of Dynasty football. So if there's 4 guys who are projected to be better than Javonte Williams. I mean, that's a thick running back class. Then we haven't even gotten to the wide receivers yet. There's a big three of wide receivers, all of whom are definitely better than Treylon Burks or Garrett Wilson or JMO or whoever your wide receiver one is. And that trifecta is Kayshon Boutte. He's from LSU. He's basically the final piece of the wide receiver kind of dynasty that the LSU Tigers had. They had Jamar Chase, they had Justin Jefferson, and Kayshon Boutte is kind of like the final guy there. Then we have a guy, Jordan Addison. Jordan Addison won the Blitnikoff Award a year ago. That is the award given to the best receiver in all of college. So objectively, not even my opinion, objectively, he's better than every single 2022 wide receiver. And then we have Jackson Smith and Jigba, JSN, that's his nickname, who basically you can ask any talent evaluator, prominent talent evaluator that you know of, and they will say that he was the best wide receiver on his team, which was the Ohio State Buckeyes. That tells you he's better than Olave and better than Garrett Wilson. So that's a lot of talent. And then, of course, there's those two tight ends, Michael Mayer, who I think is the best prospect in this class, period, and Eric Gilbert,
really?
Eric Gilbert is back. Yes, Jordan Addison just transferred to USC, and that is a huge move in my opinion. That's a big win. Big win for the program, big win for USC.
All right, let's talk about me. So what am I doing here? So I know the plan for this year.
Yeah.
And
so
then
the plan for
what's
next
the plan
year,
going forward?
Yeah, the plan for next year is you're going to have 2 early picks. You're going to have an option if you want to pick one of these quarterbacks, Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, and the running back, Bijan Robinson. Or if you just want to go 2 running backs or a running back, wide receiver, and
I'm gonna have to take a quarterback. I'm gonna have to take one quarterback.
You're gonna have to take one quarterback, likely. Okay,
Bryce
then
Young.
Yeah,
yeah. So
my quarterbacks. I need to
or take 2.
Or no, I wouldn't do that. Definitely, you're not gonna pass on Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, I also need a running back,
and you need a running back, right?
Yeah, so I'm gonna take one. I plan to take one quarterback, one running back, and my wide receiver game, my defense game, my tight end game is decent. So I should be able to start competing next year with all these picks.
Yeah, you're gonna have one more first. I'm gonna say that's probably in that mid to late. He's got a pretty good team. Pole's got a pretty good team. I think it's going to be in that mid to late region. You could get the third receiver in that big 3 that I mentioned. You could also get another running back, maybe the 4th guy that I mentioned between.
You could also Evans, trade up, possibly.
Trade. Exactly. You have options. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And don't forget, Couch, in the second round, you have the 201 and the 202 likely again.
Yeah.
Those are actually like worth something this time around. Those are actually going to be good. You could get a guy like Quentin Johnston or Joshua Downs, a pair of wide receivers, or even Kendall Milton or Zach Charbonnet, he was a running back. He would have been my RB2 or RB3 of this year's class. So just think about that for a second. You can get the RB3 or RB2 or RB4, whatever. Actually, definitely not RB4. RB2 or RB3 of this class. Definitively, and way better than what like James Cook or whatever in the second round of next year because the talent is so stacked. And then we haven't even talked about quarterbacks who can push down guys like Tank Bigsby and these receivers and maybe one of the tight ends into that 201, 202 territory.
All right, let's sum it up so people, I don't want people getting too bored here, but there was a lot of analysis for just my team. So let's sum it up here. So Sushane made some bold recommendations for me.
201 202 is quite valuable, in my opinion.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you good? You back?
Yeah, I've been talking.
I couldn't hear you.
Okay, no, I'm back. All right, so let's sum this up so it doesn't, so we can move on. So Sushen gave me some bold recommendations before this podcast. He was basically alluding to rookie fever, which is like, look, man, the draft hype is coming up right now. The NFL draft's going on. He was like, you can probably trade away some of these picks that don't necessarily mean a lot to you, like the first overall, which is going to likely be Brees Hall. I traded away the first overall for CD Lamb. I traded away a quantity of picks for Jerry Judy. And I still have 2 first-round picks. So I'm very happy with that. And we're talking about possibly making another trade, but I honestly don't see it, man. I don't see it in this. I've been talking to a lot of people, but next year I can get the best running back, possibly a top 2 quarterback, possibly, and
A very good
start
player.
competing.
Mm-hmm.
So
And then here's the best part. Here's the best part, right? So in 2024, like you said earlier, you said your wide receiver situation is great, your tight end situation is pretty good, your defense situation is pretty good. And what you're going to do is you're going to draft your quarterbacks and running backs with rookies. When you draft rookies, in our minds, we think everyone's going to hit, everyone's going to be a stud, but sometimes it's not the case. Sometimes you miss. Sometimes
all
you're going to
rookie
pick a bust.
quarterbacks suck, though. At least their first year.
Sure. But the point is that your 3 first-round picks in 2024 are basically going to be used in 2 directions here. One is if you pick a bust. Let's say you pick Denzel Mims or you pick the Terrace Marshall Jr. of the draft, and it's not working. A couple years down the road, it's just really bad. You can kind of use these picks to fix an error that you've made with a rookie pick. Or the 2024 class is a very, very good running back class and an even better quarterback class. So if Bryce Young or CJ Stroud is a total flop and like it's really, really, really bad year 1, you can go get the next Trevor Lawrence. His name is Quinn Ewers. He'll be available in 2024. Or you can get who I think is right now the best quarterback in all of college football by a mile. He's literally lightning in a bottle. Caleb Williams from USC.
I got 3 first rounders in 2024, right, baby. So it's doable.
It's doable, right? There's also you're probably not going to get this guy, but there is also another Bijan type guy, Trevion Henderson. If you can somehow get Bijan and Trevion in one roster, that would be absolutely insane. Not sure if it's going to happen. But one last thing to highlight on this 2024 class, it's a good thing that you've built your wide receiver and tight ends room up with 2022 rookies, guys like CD Lamb and Jerry Judy, because in 2024, there's one really good receiver. His name is Xavier Worthy. He plays with Quinn Ewers and Bijan Robinson in Texas. And that's really about it. There's a couple good ones, maybe, but there's really just one stud receiver. So it's not like 2022 where you have, do I want Treylon or J-Mo or Drake London or Wilson? You don't have these options. It's kind of, even in 2023, you can decide between Boutte, Addison, JSN. But in 2024, it's really just Xavier Worthy, this one wide receiver, and that's kind of it. So if you have your receiver room built up by then, you'll be in good shape. So that's how I feel about the 2024 class. And one last thing, and I think this will probably be the last thing of this team, really. As soon as your 2022 draft is over and you go to your team and you scroll all the way down, you're going to see this thing on your sleeper roster under your picks, and it's going to say 2025 first. And what I'm going to tell you, and I think I'm confident enough, and that's why I'm going to tell you this today, I would trade that 2025 pick into the 2024 draft ASAP. The reason why I say that is, obviously, we have no idea where those picks are going to be, which one's going to be early, which one's going to be mid, late, etc. But what I think is that the 2024 class has a deeper, more it's just a deeper elite group of talent, especially at the running back and quarterback position. Whereas in 2025, there's really only like 5 guys who are good, and that's about it. And the way I've explained this before, but the way that this kind of recruiting process works is maybe the 5 guys are not the exact same 5 guys, but you won't go from 5 to 10. At the most, you'll go from 5 to 6, maybe even 4 guys will be good. So, Mike, if you have a class that's only 5 or 6 guys deep, Couch, that means your draft basically ends at the 106 or the 107. That's not a good class. You know what I'm saying? So 2025, definitely want to move into 2024.
All right, we got to move on. This is getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous. Can we move on?
That's basically it.
Are we allowed to move on?
Yep.
Okay, it's been an hour. Thank God. But appreciate you hacking my lineup, my dynasty rebuild. Let's move on. We have a couple other things to talk about really quick. So we got a question here. This guy, not really a question, but I think I have a plan for this guy. The network, something like that, saying my rookie draft is Monday. I got the 105, 110, 112, 201, 12 team PPR, 1 QB dynasty. Should this guy try and trade up if he can?
Yeah, I would definitely try to move the 110, 112 up if you can.
Get quality over quantity.
Yeah, because there is a big drop off, in my opinion, after the first 7 or 8 players.
And this guy's team, he's he's ready. So all he needs is like one. If he can get one more good piece, that'd be better than getting 4 okay pieces.
Yeah, or if you could just trade out for a proven talent, because why even rely on a rookie? Why
he already traded back from 1.01, which is, I think that's a good move, unless he needed a quarter or running back.
You probably got a decent haul, I would think. So maybe.
Yeah, that's not bad. It's not a bad move trading out of the 1.01, but you could trade back in for higher picks. Right? It doesn't have to be first overall or second.
Yeah, it could be like the 4th or the 3rd or something. I got you.
Or even the 6th.
Yeah.
6 overall.
Anywhere in that top 7, top
6.
8, I think. Because right now the 110 and the 112 are kind of out of that range. You want to get at least one of those into that top 8, more safe, solidified dynasty assets. What he was saying.
Yeah, we know that. And I honestly, I don't think Sushane's advice is going to work as far as being able to do that 25 to 24.
But the quantity, I'm telling you, you'll figure it out. Right?
I get his thinking, though. I would want 24 because that's like you have to win, especially in the Empire League. You got to win at some point. I don't think I'll be able to do it because people will just see 2025 and laugh, but it's worth a try. I like you got to think. You got to think, and then you got to do, and then you got to see.
Quantity is something that actually does not change. Like, I understand the names. Like, Chuba Hubbard was one of the big 3 running backs a couple years back, and then it wasn't him, it was Javonte Williams. But the point was we had 3 beforehand, and it stayed at 3.
Yeah, that's one point that Sushane's made to me. Is like,
that stays.
Can you hear Sushane?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, that's one point Sushane's made is like if there's 3 guys, 3 running backs, the names may change, but there's going to be 3 running backs still. And he's seen that pattern every year.
Exactly. And my point is in 2025, if there's only 6 top, at most 7 names, it's not going to become 12. It's not going to magically become 13. 2024 already has 10 or 11, 12 guys. 2023 has even more than that. That's why 2023 is considered a very good draft. That's why 2024 will be considered, not today because people aren't talking about it just yet. It will be considered a pretty good, definitely better than 2022 draft class.
All right, we got to move on. I want to talk about my rankings. We got to move on.
Yeah,
you're going nuts, dude. Today, way too long. We need a timer for this guy. Like we need to get one of those egg timers in the kitchen. I think that whatever alarm went off at 6:30 was probably it for you. And yeah, but just a little note for next podcast.
I got you.
Yeah, we have to keep it moving here. All right. So I just wanted some advice on my rankings, some thoughts from you guys. So these are my rankings right here. Feel free to comment on anyone who's watching, or Mike and Sushane. Any comments is fine. My main question is, where do I start the next tier? But anything else you guys want to comment on. So for the audio listeners, I got number 1, Brees Hall, number 2, Treylon Burks, number 3, Jamo, number 4, Kenneth Walker, number 5, Garrett Wilson, number 6, Drake London. Then I drew the tier 2, and then I got Christian Watson, Sky Moore, Chris Olave. And so I'm kind of, this is not set in stone. I just wanted to get you guys' opinion before I hit publish.
I think you could put Christian Watson and Olave in the tier 1, maybe. Like, I think I would consider them in the first round. But I think it's a big drop off after that.
I'm a huge Sky Moore fan, though. It's a problem.
Yeah, okay, you can put him. But after that, I think after the top 9, I think it's a big drop off.
Yeah, now I would agree with that. Top 9, and then
move this down.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
There you go. That's better.
Really?
Now you are missing one player who I like a lot. Maybe I just like him more than you guys, and we can talk about this. Where's George Pickens on your list?
Oh, he's down.
Oh, he's down there.
Down 3 spots lower than the other experts.
Let's talk about Pickens. Why do you?
Probably because quarterback situation.
I mean,
is a little.
First of all, he's George Pickens. I like Sky Moore, and look at where Sky Moore landed, and look at where George Pickens landed. Like, it's just like, I mean, I don't see the upside. And we both like Calvin Austin as a sleeper.
That's true.
So it's like there's a lot of Pat Freiermuth is a stud, or close to one, or he's gonna be. Right. And
they have a couple guys. Deontay Johnson's no scrub. Chase Claypool can ball.
I mean, Trubisky and Pickett right now, it's just kind of, I don't know. And I got a question about Jahan Dotson. Yeah, he's on Washington, so he's just off my draft board. I can do that. He's off my draft board. I have him ranked 32.
Where's Danny Gray at? Just curious.
Probably right around here.
Okay.
Oh, wow, you're super low on Jahan Dotson. Wow.
He's off my board. He's off my board. That's all I'm trying to.
So it's like me and Kadarius Toney, but then I drafted Kadarius Toney.
Yeah, see, I'm not drafting Dotson. I don't know how.
But you're not gonna do that, okay?
Yeah.
Is it just because of Wentz? You think he's that bad? Is that why he's so low?
I mean, I don't want to talk about Washington Commanders again, but you know how I feel about this franchise.
No, I get that. I'm just saying, is that one of the reasons, just because of Wentz?
Yeah, I mean, if they had Peyton Manning in his prime, I mean, I'm sure I'd be much higher on him, but it's like,
I think landing spot is the only reason why he doesn't like Dotson.
Yeah, of course.
He's a great receiver otherwise.
Yeah, it just
Matt Corral over him though.
Yeah.
Come on,
Matt Corral's gonna start. I have Darnold on my team. I'm just taking him off my board. I don't like. I mean, it's fine if you want to rank him like 16. I get it. Like, that's fine. 16, 15. That's proper spot for him. I'm just not. That's all. I mean, I'm just personally not. I don't have to draft every rookie, just because I'm on the clock, and that's basically the only guy that I'm gonna like totally a hard pass. But if he's there in round 4, I'll take him. I guess.
Fair enough, right?
That's it. Yeah, where is Danny Gray? I'm pretty sure I ranked him. Yeah, I ranked him 44. I mean, I could make him a couple spots higher. Right now, this is not like I'm far from I'll probably publish this within 2 days. But yeah, I just wanted to get some opinions.
I like Pierre Strong. I don't like his landing spot as much. I know you feel the same, Couch.
Oh yeah, love him. And Dameon Pierce, he's a guy I've talked about on YouTube, and I'm gonna talk about on my TikTok and whatnot. And see, this is what I did with Judy, and it worked the past years, right? When everyone is on a guy, literally every fantasy expert and people in my community, probably people right now in the chat, think that Dameon Pierce is a great value draft pick in Dynasty. And so I'm going to kind of avoid him. Like, I do have him ranked 1 spot higher than the consensus for now. So it's not like I hate him. I just know that the Texans, last in rushing, last in run blocking. They're just a bad franchise, a bad team. Dameon Pierce is average, slightly above average. He's right around there. And it's not that sexy. That's all I mean. Like, if you like Dotson, draft him ahead of Dameon Pierce. Like, if you think the Washington Commanders are not a crappy franchise that's not cursed, draft him before. Like, I mean, Isaiah Spiller, I could even consider ahead of Dameon Pierce just because he'll probably be the most valuable handcuff in Dynasty. He'd be so valuable if anything were to happen to Eckler. And so I just want to warn people about Dameon Pierce just because, like, oh, he landed on the like, it's too much. Everyone's talking about him, so I'm not on this Pierce hype.
Let me ask you one thing though. If I'm a win now team and I have a second round rookie pick and Dameon Pierce is available when I'm on the clock, would I take him? Should I take him, or would you suggest no? He's just not going to produce. Because I'm kind of seeing it in, like, Houston. Obviously, they are a terrible rushing offense, or they have a bad running attack. But I mean, they have no one there. So if Dameon Pierce, I mean, he's a body, he's a player on the field.
Yeah, he'll be a RB2 for you, so it's not that bad.
Okay.
He's
so you would definitely still.
Yeah, I mean, you draft him. One of your running backs are going to get hurt at some point. You'd be like, oh man, thankfully I have this guy who I can plug and play, and we'll be good. And should be the starting running back. So yeah, I mean, as of right now, apparently I have him ranked one spot ahead of the consensus. But it's just one of the things to watch out when literally everyone's telling you he's a great value pick. Is just to watch out for, because that typically also translates into he will be drafted too early. So and some things don't change in some things don't change in fantasy. So the players change, we get picks wrong every year, this and that changes. Running quarterbacks change, schemes change. One thing that doesn't change is drafting for value. It always is good, right? Evaluating risk. Don't reach for too many players, don't make dumb picks, draft for value. It always works out. And I mean, it's always a good strategy, but like that. And so just watch out. Don't reach. That's really all I'm saying is don't reach for Dameon Pierce. There's no need to fall in love with a guy. Like, he's not Saquon, and the Houston Texans are the Houston Texans. That's really all I'm trying to say.
That's really about it for the tiers, though. I think everything else looks pretty good to me.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, and I just wanted that first spot. Okay. I got your guys' opinion. I may or may not, use it in my rankings, but I appreciate the opinion. So we have this other league, and I'm going to bring over some more league mates from this league. This is now I'm in a win now mode here.
Yeah. This one's much more simple, straightforward for sure.
I got the 9th overall pick. So yeah, guys, I don't suck in all my dynasty leagues. That's right. I got Mahomes, Saquon Barkley, Stephon Diggs, Devontae Smith, the Slim Reaper, Debo, Kittle, Harrison Butker, Dolphins D, Matt Breida, Cortland Sutton, just some players I'm naming off. Chargers D, Browns D. No one really great there. Can I cut this guy, Kyle Granson, you think?
Kylan Granson, maybe not. He's close to being cut. I would hold him on.
I want to hold this guy, John Bates.
John Bates, sure.
He's better hold than Granson. Put it like that.
Definitely put it like that. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why you got Quinn Norton though.
Oh, it's just to take up taxi spot. It's called hoarding. Do you watch Hack My Lineup? It's just hoarding. It's just a stupid hoarding move. So, yeah. Anyone have any questions or anything? We're gonna just end the podcast here, and then we're going to do a draft lottery. We're going to bring in some league mates at see Scoats in the lobby. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions. And Mike, if you got to go, now's your chance.
All right, guys.
All right. Only recommendation I'd give to you in this league, because it's very win now. It's already pretty good. Only thing I'd say is maybe trade away your 2023 first. Try to get an asset to win now. Because again, you got to you got to play this whole season and then draft the rookie and then wait for the rookie and hope he pans out and et cetera, et cetera. I'm not saying that you're in a race for time. You do have a pretty good
young roster as well.
Yeah, it's a young roster. But if you want to just really make sure that you start winning, maybe trade Elijah Mitchell in a 2023 first, upgrade the running back position. You also have the 109. Is that correct for this upcoming draft?
Yeah, I got the 9th overall.
So obviously, the running backs. It's not a running backs good heavy class in 2022. It's more wide receiver based. And I am looking at your roster. You have really good wide receivers: Diggs, Debo, Devonta. But aside from Saquon and Elijah Mitchell, I mean, Damian Harris and Ramondre are kind of question marks. The Patriots backfield in general is just kind of like yuck. Devin Singletary, not very great. So running back is definitely a position you want to kind of attack. So maybe you trade, I don't know, Ramondre in a first or Damian Harris in the first you have this year to upgrade the running back, and then trade the 2023 first in Elijah or something.
I can get Alvin Kamara. You got arrested.
Do you have Kamara?
No, I can go get him though.
You could. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about that one. That's a little bit too risky for me. I'm staying away from Kamara for now because I just don't know. It's too much of a question. I'm too scared.
Too many unknowns.
But, yeah, too many unknowns, Goat. Absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm ready for Sushane to break down my team in the Empire League for the next hour and a half.
Oh no! Oh yeah. So Sco, welcome to the podcast. Sco, you're in both these leagues.
Yep.
I just remember.
That is true. He is. Yeah.
Let's do. No, let's not do another 90 minutes. But which team should we bring up of yours, Sco? Pick one of the two leagues.
I mean, we were just going over Empire for so long, and talk about win now. I'm in have to win now mode. Like I have to reset this league. Yeah,
Empire. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So you're the champ from last year. You want to reset the league. So let's look at your
I need
squad.
to because I traded away so many picks.
Yeah, some good trades though, but yeah, definitely win now. So you
got some good players though, man.
He's got guys for the audio listeners. He's got guys like Burrow, Derrick Henry, Dalvin, Chase, Tyreek Hill, Amon-Ra, Kelsey, Eckler. I mean, I'm trying to list like the main players, but that's literally
just the whole lineup.
Yeah, the whole lineup's great.
I got Stafford on my bench. Yeah,
Chargers D. Yeah, the bench sucks, huh? Well, you got Saquon
on his bench.
Yeah,
oh
Saquon on the bench.
Other
than that, not too. But this is an ideal. It's kind of an ideal things. What I talk about, to have quality over quantity, have players that will help you win, and that's what this is. All these guys are plug and play. Studs every week, and the bench
do you have any
pretty bad.
Draft picks in this year?
I got a handful, mostly late rounders, but yeah, those are all my picks I currently own.
I mean, what you could do is the 304. Maybe you could trade a player in the 304 to get a slightly better player.
That's what I'm kind of
really
thinking.
The only.
I mean, I'm not in too much of a need to trade up.
Does anybody like this guy? Like, I feel like it didn't work. The trade, Marquez Valdes-Scantling went to the Chiefs. I
moved down like 4 spots from I think in the 3rd round to get MVS. Just some wide receiver depth. Potential players. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Chris, I guess on that note, we could switch to the regular Dynasty team. Oh, I love my tight end spots though. If Irv Smith pans out, if he can, if he breaks out this year, that's an easy way to get some nice draft capital. Probably. I hope Hayden Hurst.
When do we say Irv Smith is just not a thing?
Well, he got hurt last year.
So
he's on my
like
sleeper list again.
24.
I talked about him. He's a post-hype sleeper because he was on a good amount.
Yeah, still 23.
He was on a good amount of sleeper lists last year. And yeah, he's only 23, and Kirk Cousins is a great quarterback. And
he loves tight ends.
He can, I don't like those narratives too much. It's just like
everyone
loves their tight end, like literally but I do see he could be used a lot. Adam Thielen could be he's getting a little bit older.
Kirk Cousins loved him some Jordan Reed back in the day.
I hear you.
Oh man, hopefully Irv Smith doesn't follow the same Jordan Reed route. Hope I didn't just curse my own player. Yeah.
I mean, you got Travis Kelce though, so you shouldn't be worried. Regardless,
He's just saying Irv Smith is trade bait. I think.
If he breaks out.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I like he's gonna be another sleeper for me again this year. I do like Irvis. I just don't really see a reason why we'd hate on. And he's a post hype sleeper. That means like I can get in and probably get a steal. It's kind of the
Right.
opposite when everyone last year was talking about Judy, right? And I kind of avoided Judy, and it was just luck. I got lucky. That was, I admit that it wasn't because I was smart and Judy didn't. Like I got lucky. He got injured. But I did avoid the hype. Now this Judy is is negative hype this year. So maybe you might want to think about buying him or holding on. I don't know. Like he's definitely doesn't have a lot of trade value. And now
I mean,
Irv
I heard
Smith,
the details of the legal stuff for Judy, and it doesn't sound serious at all. It's like
I'm not
it
worried.
kind of sounds like super petty stuff. I actually don't expect him to get any kind of fine or ban at all. I expect him to be on the field week 1.
well, I mean, if he gets
Concerning,
suspended
right?
a couple games, that's
Yeah.
not bad. But
Either way, it's nothing to be worried about.
anyway, the Irv Smith is a post hype sleeper. I don't know what people. I have no idea what the public perception is on him this year, but maybe some of that hype that was garnered last year could have worn down this year just a little bit. So, as a guy I'm willing to consider. I got to still know the public perception though. All right, let's go to the Dynasty League, and we're gonna do
Chris really wants us to show us his team.
No, he does. No. We're gonna actually end the audio podcast here. We're gonna keep doing the live stream as normal, though. We'll probably end the audio podcast though. We're going live. We have somebody here. Is this you guys didn't leak this to some weirdo, right? Who is this? Is this someone in
What's
our
their
league?
name?
Zeus Murphy. Did you
Zeus
guys
Murphy.
leak this? Did you guys leak this? Hey, there's no picture. I'm scared.
So.
Just go type in the chat. Who is this Zeus guy? I'm not bringing him on unless we vet him first. It just like I'm like, who would do that to us? Probably nobody. But at the same time, it is a Zeus Murphy without a video feed. So I don't want some guy hopping on here and just dropping like 10 N bombs. Like I finally made my way on the.
What are you wearing?
I don't know. What is this? Did you type in the chat?
I did. I don't see a
who is it? We
reply
need if I don't know who that guy is, we're not bringing him on. Shame on you guys if you guys leak that invite link.
Don't look at me.
Oh no, I don't.
For sure.
I don't think anybody would. I mean, but it's just
right.
we have everyone's name in the league. There's no Zeus Murphy.
Yeah,
Who is Zeus?
Zeus Murphy without a video feed. Like,
that's sketchy. That's a little sketch.
it's just weird.
Like maybe Javier Martinez, just like a play on.
Why wouldn't he use one?
Like,
yeah, I don't know.
How does Javier Martinez train it to Zeus Murphy? I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm trying to figure it out. It's not working.
All right, all right, you're not hopping on
Zeus
Zeus unless we verify you. But we're gonna start this. So it's good I got somebody on who knows the league. So I'm just gonna go over this. This looks all right here, right? So Brian, Francisco, me, Canadian, Michael, Landon, and Jordan, we're all locked in, right?
Oh yeah.
We're not in the lottery, okay. And so the lottery tickets are
me for the first time ever.
So you basically barely missed playoffs. Is this what this means, right?
Yeah. This is the first year I missed the playoffs in this league.
Okay, Zeus Murphy's gone, by the way.
So many injuries.
I don't know who that was.
Oh yeah, they definitely hacked their way in here. I don't know.
Wow, that was weird. We have a
you're
mole.
The sixth pick first. Is that what you're saying?
The Couch Dynasty chat.
So this is the lottery we're doing, and then the more tickets you have, actually, it's the least amount of chance you have to get the first overall pick. So out of the lottery, guys, Scope was the best team.
Got it.
Oh, here we go. Okay, we have the guy who helped me with the lottery. There we go. Chris Smooth. Oh my God, everyone's joining in. No. We have Canadian Mike.
Oh, Mr. Mike Martindale in the house.
Who is Zeus Murphy?
Oh my God, it's a whole party. Let's go.
It's a regular scumbag yard sale.
Sushane's not in this league. He's left out.
I'm just visiting. Yep.
Yeah, everyone else these are all the league mates. We're doing different stuff, right? If if it's terrible, it's terrible. It's all good. We're having fun. So we got Tony. He's got 5 tickets, right? So it's the more tickets you have, the least chance you have of getting the first overall pick.
Yep.
We have Bob. He's got 4 tickets. We got Javier. He's got 4 tickets because he lost the Sacco Bowl. You get an extra ticket. And then we have Alvarez, 2
Faris.
tickets.
Yeah, that's Faris.
Faris. And then we have Smooths. He's
What a
got
team
1
name.
ticket.
What a team name. Well
Right.
done.
I thought you'd like that, Nacho.
There we go.
Bombing
Yeah,
for Bijan.
I think Chris has been doing this for quite some time now. He's been
Yeah.
on this. He's been riding this train for a while. He can't wait till 2023.
You definitely fully embraced it this last season.
Yeah. So
Definitely. It's good.
I did this right, Chris? This is good. Just a quick look
Looks right. Yeah.
right there. You can read
So,
that.
Chris, I understand you have 2 lottery picks. Is that right?
Oh, here. Oh, yeah. Here it is. He gave me a breakdown as well.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice.
Nice.
So I think does this look right, Chris? Can we hear him? We can't hear. Your mic's not
I hear
on.
you.
Just give me a thumbs up.
Oh.
Can't unmute your guest because they chose to mute themselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, you had to check your mic. Oh, you're on? Say something.
No, we can't still hear anything.
No, that's fine. Just give me a thumbs up if this right. If you can see this list and it looks right. Okay. Right here.
Thumbs up has been given.
So the first person I pick will get the 6th overall pick for the rookie draft, correct? Correct?
Yes.
Scout, right? Okay.
Yes.
Give me a thumbs up.
And then that person's tickets are removed from
And then
the
and then I delete all those guys. Okay. And then the second person will get the 5th overall pick.
And then down and so forth.
Whoever's last is good. You want to stay remaining. All right. Oh,
that's the Brees Hall pick.
I'm not even in this league, and I'm still very excited.
I should be, I should be the 6th here.
This is the original league. This is the Couch Dynasty League. Look, it's very difficult to run a Dynasty league. And we're trying to improve the league right now. We're trying to just make it a little bit more fun and stuff. Trying to rekindle the relationship. Maybe a little role play. Maybe I'll dress up. I don't know. We'll spice it up a little bit. It's been a few years. It's all good. We're keeping it transparent here. We're keeping it real. So we're trying.
I would love to put the draft order next year in the hands of another F1 race. Though that's really fun to do.
We're trying to change things up. I think we already tried that.
That was for the startup positions.
Oh, that was the start. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm gonna spin this thing.
All right, pick number 6. Here we go. It's gonna be me.
This is the worst one. Nobody wants this.
No.
Yeah. Oh! It was almost Chris. It was almost Chris.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh, we can remove all ins. Look at this website has upgraded. You can just click this.
Look at that. Beautiful. Remove all
Wow.
I love how I just had a whole section. I thought it was color coded. I'm like, I feel like there's an equal number of colors. But no, I just realized basically I just had like a third of the chart. Yeah. As it should be.
That would have been devastating right there if you got the 106. Oh my god. Oof.
Heartbreaking.
All right.
So, Scott, how do you feel about the 106, man?
BPA all day. That's what I did 2 years ago, and I got AJ Brown at the 9th overall pick. So that was, not too bad.
Yeah. It's not bad at all. Not too shabby.
Mm-hmm. That was the year I still had Todd Gurley, and someone took Darrell Henderson right in front of me. But
this is going exactly as planned so far.
Didn't even blink.
So Scott had the highest chance to get the worst pick. He got it.
Makes sense.
Tragic Mike is in here too. Okay.
Oh, Mike's popping.
Canadian Mike, can you hear us?
Can you see us?
Give me a thumbs up.
I thought I heard him earlier.
I heard somebody. I thought that was Chris, but it could have been. Well, his mic's off. Unmute. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. This is kind of how he acts. This is like typically him. So, All right, next spin. This is for the 5th overall pick in our Dynasty League.
we're looking at top 2 running backs.
Oh!
Wow!
It's rigged.
Oh
We're
my
doing it for
gosh.
the suspense. Just for the suspense.
Tony, I'm pretty sure that's still in order. I think he should have had the 5th.
Yeah. He's at the top.
Dude,
He's
I
got 5
thought for
tickets.
sure that was going to be
Chris.
Bowman for Bijan. Oh my
Chris.
god.
I've done this wheel spinning thing. It does that so much. It's like, it's like, oh god. All right, so Tony with the 5th pick. This is just going straight as planned. We're gonna have it's gonna screw up. Like it's at some point something's gonna happen. Probably right now or the next one. It's gonna happen.
You're gonna make Chris sweat.
Oh, that's what the
Gonna make him
wheels
go
are about,
bald.
man. Here we go. This is for the 4th overall pick. Here we go. This is real life, guys. This is the Couch Dynasty League. Oh, he's got it. He does it.
Oh
No,
my
he did it
God.
again.
Every
He
time.
did it again.
Every time.
Millimeters away. Oh, and it's exactly who we, who it's
Or is
supposed
it?
to
Prediction
be.
Bob again?
Bob, yeah.
Oh no, Bob and Javier were tied. So
That is
technically,
right.
Bob had a chance to skip in front of Javi.
Look at Smooth.
All right. Now it's there's not a lot of.
There's
So
not
how many names on the wheel? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Should be
6, 7.
3.
So 7 slots or whatever
Yeah.
on the wheel, but 3 people. So let's go. Let's spin it.
So we're expecting Wolverines.
And technically 2 people, because if I'm not mistaken,
Oh,
well,
the
yeah, we
trade.
wouldn't
Yeah.
spin the last time. And sure
Oh.
enough, it's Wolverines guaranteed.
Oh, it's going exactly as
So-
planned.
Chris now has the top 2 spots. Yep.
Locked in. That was the most intense way to get the top 2 spots.
Oh my god. Yeah, I think as long as you're in the top 2, you're pretty much a winner. Like I don't
Yeah.
think you can go wrong. I love both running backs, and you may want to consider Kenneth Walker just because I like him so much, and I think he can really explode in 2023. If you're tanking 2022, that might be a great pick.
Like, yeah, you might not be great in PPR, but last time I checked, touchdowns were the most valuable.
Well,
point.
I did come out with a video for him, and in a non-creepy way, I was checking him out in high school. Caught a lot of passes there, and it just didn't use him his first 2 years in the pass game, right? A lot of college systems are weird. So I have a gut feeling that this guy can catch and just didn't. And also seeing a lot of running backs train, these guys like purely work on pass catching. And so that's what I was talking about in my video.
Leonard
So
Fournette wasn't a pass catcher when he came out.
I mean, I would consider Leonard Fournette like terrible pass catcher. Like this is like just no way. And he became a really good one.
Timmy Brady showed him what's up. Just
Well, he had
hold your
that
hands
1
like
year on the Jags
Vince
with the
Brady
dump
did.
offs. A lot of dump off
That's
passes
true,
that 1
that's
year.
true.
And then with Tom Brady's like, dude, you gotta do this. Come on.
you got to master the dump off, or else
Yeah, like it's Tom Brady's. And a lot of, Zeke learned to catch a lot of passes. Not that he couldn't, but he did in his first year necessarily. Todd Gurley, and it's just it's an ongoing thing, right?
Mhm.
Derrick Henry, we saw catch some balls this year, and years previous he caught nothing. So I do think Kenneth Walker, and that's why it's so good. If you're tanking this year, he's going to be competing with Rashad Penny. I don't know if Chris Carson's still alive. Then next year, once he starts learning to catch passes, watch out. And we'll see. But Breece Hall's a fine pick as well. If you want a running back, it's really personal preference, I think. All right.
I guess Zeus Limburg or whatever it was. I
Zeus
guess that
Murphy.
Zeus Murphy. Limburg. Where the hell did I get Limburg?
This sounds
Uh,
more like the Office boss.
right.
That's Lynn. The Office, the movie. Lindbergh. What's his name? Lunbar.
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 Yeah, there it is.
It's
Yeah.
like, you slept with Lunbar? Oh God, I can't look at you. Lunbar.
Oh, you're talking about Office Space. Lumberg.
Office
Yeah,
Space.
Office
Yeah,
Space.
not the
Lumberg.
show. Yes, Office
Lumberg.
Space. 1995 movie. Yes.
Yeah, Lumberg.
Lumberg.
slept with
Yeah,
Lumberg?
Lumberg, not Lumbar. Lumberg.
Zeus
Yeah.
Lumberg. That's the name though. That's our Ron Mexico. Zeus
Oh,
Lumberg.
but
Check
that
out
was
to
that was Canadian Mike. He was just trying to test thing coming in as
a typical
alter
Canadian
ego.
Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
yeah. All right, gentlemen.
Wait. Oh, That would be
Oh.
so sick if it was what's his name, Ferris. But we have
Forrest, yeah,
we have a
Ferris.
loser in here, Tony. He's already got picked. It would have been nice if it was Ferris, so he had the top two guys. But whatever. It's live. What's up,
mean-
Tony? Are you here? And if you turn your mic, don't cuss. Just remember that. Don't cuss. It's all this channel's got going. It's a family friendly. That's all we got going.
I'm here. No cussing from me.
No, there we go. How you feeling?
There
What
we
did you get, Tony?
I think he got fifth.
Oh,
right
gross.
after me. Yeah.
Yeah, the 105. That's pretty good. Top 3 receiver, top 2 running
Who are you
back
taking,
in
Tony?
the bag.
At 5, I was probably like a receiver.
Who is the best receiver available?
Yeah, typically, possibly. I mean, I don't know what I haven't really looked at who else is drafting ahead of me. So,
Well, if you get a top 2 running back, I think that'd be pretty good. But if you don't, I mean, would you be happy if Drake London's there? He's like a basketball player on the Falcons.
yeah, Drake London. Yeah, if he's there at 5, yeah.
Someone's gonna
Yeah,
be
he
there.
could be.
All right.
Traylon, Garrett, or Drake is going to be there for you.
Who would let Treylon Burks fall? Is there that many
Not
Treylon
me.
Burks haters?
Definitely not me. But
Public
I've seen him fall to the
perception. Is there
1-5
that many
before.
Treylon Burks haters? I don't think there is.
I've seen it before.
You have
I have. I've seen him go to the 105. I've seen it.
105. So there is
a chance.
enough
There is a chance.
Treylon Burks haters.
Yes.
I love Treylon Burks. I just want to make that clear. Like, I think he's a stud.
Same.
Like, I mean, I'm just
Yeah,
every
yeah.
time I look at him, I'm like, wow. Like, just think what he can do in the league. And I think AJ Brown's a bit overrated. I think everyone is romanticizing an AJ Brown, what he could be with his skill set and how he is versus what he's produced. And I think the Titans traded away AJ Brown, not just because of the payday they were scared of. That was one huge factor, maybe the number one factor, but also like he just never put it all together. He's kind of like the Ravens last year. They had a lot of good pieces and never like there was no gelling at a certain point for the Ravens. And that's just how I feel like AJ Brown's been in his career. The guy has a lot of potential. He could be great, but I've really never seen it. I've only seen it in little bits and pieces here and there. I think he's overrated.
Flashes of greatness, not that consistent.
I think Treylon Burks could be better than AJ Brown, and I think the Titans would agree with me. I think that's why they made the move.
Yep.
They didn't
That's
just
all,
make
yeah.
the move because they're afraid of just the money. It wasn't just that. All
I
right,
think he's a good talent too.
here we go.
I'm with it.
All right, top 2 picks, Couch Dynasty League. We have 2 picks Ferris has 2 tickets and Chris Smooths has 1 ticket.
Technically,
see.
Chris owns
For
Ferris
the first round.
Wait, so okay, hold on.
Yeah,
The
that's what we
first
were
round.
saying.
Get
Chris
these
has
all
the top
mixed
2
up.
picks.
He's got the so he's guaranteed. So this spin doesn't really matter.
I mean, for positional rankings for the rest of the rounds, technically it still does, but
I thought you keep your. No, this is just for the first round.
oh yeah, duh.
So this doesn't. So
This wouldn't even
Chris
matter.
has the first and second.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's not
yeah.
in his head. Yes. Oh, so this
Oh, yeah.
really doesn't matter. It's just a
no.
label that's
Just
a
a
name.
formality.
Yeah,
I
it's
guess.
yeah. All right, so this is stupid. I hyped this pick for like 7 minutes. It doesn't matter. It's a 7-minute hype session. We milked it though.
I mean, we were still hyping Chris's top 2 picks.
And there he finally goes.
Wow, and he would have got second overall.
Yeah, doesn't matter. But we hyped it. Nobody logged off during the 7-minute hype session. So
Nice.
I did my job. All right.
Well, I'm a little late for some business, so I gotta log off. But looking forward to the draft. Looking forward to resetting the Empire League. Yeah,
I hope you do because I am in a really bad situation for a rebuild. So good luck to resetting that. Also, Couch, real quick though, I think bombing for Bijan should technically have the second draft pick.
Oh,
Be technical.
yeah, we can't be screwed.
Yeah, right.
Can't be messing this up.
I would be sad if I reset the league just because I have the Burrow Chase stack, and as a Bengals fan,
Yeah, the defense too.
yes, I'm still hurting. Thanks.
How
you
does
guys for asking.
Empire where's the collusion? And I feel like just as long as it's not like we don't push it too far. Because obviously nobody wants Scout to win.
Again,
Look,
yeah,
when I
I'm
rebuilt
the
and
only one that
sold
does
all
it.
of my assets, I made sure to disperse around. I didn't sell them all to
There you
one
go.
team. I made sure to go 3 or 4 different to not make anyone
But
mad. So that was
honestly, the real thing is that I feel like in the league that's such with good people that we just don't have to worry about that crap. But
Oh
it's
no.
like
yeah.
but it is our first and probably only Empire League, sorry, for most of us. And it's like, where does that like
Where is that line? That's
yeah,
what-
where
mean,
is that line? And if he wins, it's not that bad.
No.
Like we just
Redrafting
draft again.
is
We startup draft.
amazing.
It's fun. Everyone
Yeah.
loves doing a startup draft, and we probably make it tight end premium. Like could be better. I don't have to keep tanking.
Could you imagine a startup draft with 2023 rookies in it? Oh my
Oh
god.
man,
See, that's
Oh,
why
baby.
I really want to win again. Like I was saying, I would love. I would never get the Burrow Chase stack again if we redrafted. That would just
you'd have to trade a lot of assets.
yeah, that's
Oh, you could.
true, and
You could
probably
get it.
take them both like back to back in the first round, like first handful of picks. Yeah.
Scout isn't repeating. I would
Oh.
say, if you factor in everything, you take out me and Sushane, right? So that's essentially 10 people left in the league because we're tanking. And
There's a
one
lot
other
of
guy's
competition.
probably like going to be out of it pretty soon. So out of 9 people, and you clearly have one of the better rosters, we can say like you got a 1 out of 7 chance of winning. What do you think, Sushane, about those
Yeah,
quick
1 out of
odds I
5,
did
1 out of 7, something like
to
that.
repeat 1 out of 7? That's a
I mean, I
It's
went
gonna be
from
tough
worst
though,
to
man.
15
first.
15, let's say 15% chance. I think that's given a lot of credit to Scout.
I went from
15%
worst to
chance to
first
repeat.
as well, so I feel like it's even a little bit smaller of a percentage just because, not only did I go from worst to first, but I was the 6th seed in the playoffs. So like,
All right, we'll say
I just
10%
gotta,
chance.
yeah, I would say
1 out of
10%
10.
fair.
Well, you also
10%
make your
chance.
team pretty good. I
My
don't know.
running
You have a good
backs.
team. There's a lot of good teams. It's competitive.
There's
That's
a
what you like to
lot. A
see.
lot of my players can carry my team, and having 4 RB1s, I'm gonna try to carry that into the regular season, just because one of them is gonna go down, probably 2 of them is gonna go down, and to be able to still have 2 RB1s like to spot in my running back slots, that's
Yeah, that's huge.
yeah.
That's
I
how
don't
you win
mind
a
being a
league.
little
That's
thin
how
at
you win a
receiver.
league.
We're gonna
Yeah.
end it
Yeah.
here, and if anybody wants to do we're gonna hashtag hack my dynasty. I don't know how we're gonna do it yet, but I'd love to get the whole podcast squad on, and then you send
I'm
us your
down.
login or all your whole team and your picks. That'll probably do because we probably don't need the login. Just send screenshots of the whole roster, all your picks. I think just those 2 things.
Give
Taxi
us your
squad,
login
everything.
information. Just give us your login information.
Well, that's what I do
and
on the other
yeah.
show, and people
Yeah.
actually
Social
have
security,
sent it
banking
to me.
info. Give us all of that.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
don't need it
yeah,
actually in
that's
this
what
one.
I say.
Just
Social security
screenshots of
number.
your whole team, your draft picks. I think we can do this, and I
Mother's
think it could
maiden
be a
name.
nice quality segment where we look at it before the show, do a little analysis, and then give you some recommendations and which direction to go.
Try to get a positive trade in the works, maybe.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, Dynasty's
Yeah.
all about trading, but maybe we like,
Have to.
we need to scratch this team. You need to rebuild or you need to go for it.
Mhm.
But we're gonna end it there. This podcast took quite a bit. But yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's it. I'm signing off. Thanks for hopping on, guys.
Cross my fingers that I actually win the season and don't have to just sell Chase and rebuild
I'm
again.
crossing my fingers as well, Scout. Good luck.
There we go.